Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to get set up here. Hi. I feel like I have 1 million things to share. I haven't done a good old-fashioned live in a while. I've been in a total just funk. Okay, and I wanted to tell you on YouTube before I go live on Facebook. I'm going to pick 5 people to win a signed copy of my book, 5 of my paid members. I'm trying to grow my YouTube membership. I only have like a few. So if you become a paid member, you will, your chances of winning are pretty good. So I'm going to put a link right here. People ask about my paid membership, like, what is it? Well, honestly, it's just where I talk about things that I'm too afraid to talk about widely. That's the truth. I won't do any less video for all of you. I will still do the same amount of video, but I just talk about my really hard topics on my paid platforms just because I'm scared of people and the bullying. Truly, that's it. So I'll talk a lot about Cooper's medications and aggressions and grief and that sort of thing. So I will pick 5 winners on December 24th to win a copy of my book. So that gives, if you would like to join and see what it's about, I put a link right there. Okay. So we're having it's a very snowy day in Minnesota, but nothing is canceled. Well, that's not true. Let me just get ready here. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to show you outside. It is really coming down. So Diane, the difference is, so I have my subscribers on YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram. The only difference is that you on Facebook, you get a group to chat. So if you have questions, if there's things that you want to talk about, you're going to probably want to subscribe on Facebook because you can ask questions. If you just want to hear my videos, then it doesn't matter. It truly doesn't matter. The nice thing about my Facebook membership group is that there's you can talk to other people and you can ask questions. And I'm telling you, I learn something every day in my Facebook group. It's called Coops Troops. Whether it's about a medication or something with an IEP, or from the day that Cooper was diagnosed, I would always say, I wish that I had a place to ask questions. I feel like in our parenting journey, there's no place just to talk and ask. Oh, I'm going to put this on Do Not Disturb. Hold on. So my son Sawyer was supposed to have a field trip today. I thought it was Tank. And I was volunteering for it, and he was very excited because I was going to bring lunch for him, which I think he was most excited about me bringing him McDonald's. That's like the cool thing for middle school kids, is when their parents bring them like a fast food lunch. I didn't know this because I'm new to this. I have like I'm sorry that I keep touching my ear. I have something on my ear and I don't know what it is. We'll worry about that later. I'm new to the autism. Joy, then you should join my subscriber group. If you're new to autism, you should join because you will learn so much. Whether you're new as a teacher or a parent or a therapist or a grandparent, you need a place to learn. You do. Just trust me on that one. You need a place. But I was going to go volunteer at the field trip today. And then, hi, Suzanne, welcome. And I'll show you. It's snowing. So all of our buses are in like a total kerfuffle right now. Let me just show you. It's going to be blurry for a minute, but we're getting so much snow. Okay, come on. It's not like, why is it doing that? It's not that much of a whiteout. That's the most like ridiculous thing ever. Okay, hold on. Maybe we can look at this way. There we go. It's snowing. Hi, Annie. Thank you. But this is our first snow of the year. So we're getting, I would say we probably have 7, maybe 8 inches already, which is very exciting because the thing with Minnesota is that it's just cold if you don't have snow. And no one wants to live where it's just cold. So thankfully, we're getting some snow. We'll have a white Christmas. Last year, my husband picked up a used snowmobile my husband grew up snowmobiling, loving it. We've never had one. He picked up a used one last year on Marketplace or something, and then it didn't snow the whole winter. Like, what are the odds of that? Poor Jamie. I always say if you want no snow, buy a snowmobile. And so it's just been sitting literally for like a full year. And now our son Sawyer is really into snowmobiling, ice fishing. Like, he is just this outdoor dude. And so we're getting our first snow today. And Jamie and I were drinking coffee. And Jamie's like, the first thing that Sawyer is going to say when he walks downstairs is, Dad, this is how he talks. Dad, can we go on the snowmobile? That's how he talks. Okay. I feel crowded. I feel crowded in my space. Hi, tankers. So it's here. It's here. I'm so glad too. We need snow. But this morning, now here's another. I like to share about. Tank, stop. I like to share about my struggles as a parent because I feel like I don't know if I fully understand that, Jane. They won't allow broccoli? What does that mean? Tank, stop, honey. I love you. You're my favorite child, but no, I'm not holding you right now. Tankers, I'm not holding you. Lay down. Does anyone else have a dog like this? I'm just going to sit right here. Just going to sit right here. This morning, we could not find the snow stuff. Now, here's the deal. Harbor and Winnie have to have snow stuff at school all the time. But for whatever reason, and I don't understand this, Harbor brings his snow stuff home every day. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, just leave it there. Just leave it there because every morning we're like mad dashing for all the snow stuff. And I'm talking about like boots and snow pants. Like, they can stay there. And it's hard for him. He's little, like, to get everything home. And so does anyone, and I always like to admit that there are just way better parents than me. When you have 4 children that have snow stuff, when we walk in the house, it's like an explosion. And then it gets kicked around and pushed around. And I know the answer is like, have them put it in the same place every night. I don't know. It doesn't work like that. Does anyone else have that problem? The phone changed. Oh, lunch is brought in. Got it. So Hannah, I know that's what Harbor has a very strict teacher. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I think she is a phenomenal teacher, but she is the most buttoned up teacher I've ever met. And so she has very strict rules. So Lisa, we buy extra too. We buy extra because we know our weaknesses. So I'm telling you, I buy each kid 3 pairs of gloves, and not expensive, but I do it for my sanity because, and by the end of the season, they're mismatched. They're wearing 2 lefts. Like, you know, all this. We cannot be the only family that just cannot get a handle on the snow stuff. It is probably my least favorite part of logistical parenting is snow stuff. But so Michelle, the cube system is great, but does your kid's snow stuff come home wet? So I'm mostly just complaining. I want to be clear. I'm just complaining. But it's like, it's not as simple for us as just putting it in the cubes because, like, I'm just going to complain. Harbor's wearing his hats and his mittens, the snowsuit's in the bag. He's carrying his boots, comes in, like, everything's wet. I don't know. I know. I think I'm just complaining. I'm just complaining. And so the other complaint that I want to give is we don't have a good place for snow stuff. So, like, how you like look on Instagram and you'll see these like most amazing mud rooms or entryways and like just like adorable like organization. We don't have that. Our house is there isn't a good place for that. See, we can't have racks in our laundry room. It's like, I've not figured it out. I have this space behind me. So see our entryway? I have this space behind me see that wall right there? And like, what if I built cubbies there? Like I don't mean me. Oh, sorry. It wouldn't be pretty. I have nowhere to put baskets, Chelsea. I have literally nowhere to put baskets. Not one. Not one. It's just, I don't have that kind of house. In this whole main floor, we only have one closet, and it's so small. It doesn't even have like a door. It's just, I just wish, but I guess now that I'm just talking myself through it, I bet the reason that they send the snow stuff home every day is because it's wet. That's why. Tammy, I could keep it in the garage, but it'll freeze. I know I sound like I'm totally like coming up with excuses. It's just because I've really thought through all of this and I can't quite figure it out. But I have to figure it out because every morning it's like, so this was Harbor this morning. I'm like, where's your snow pants? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, you have to know. You carried them home. And he's like, they're gone. And he just starts crying. And I'm like, honey, this is not worth crying. Here's your other pair of snow pants. And I stuffed them in the bag. Stuffed them in his backpack. He's like, no, my teacher says I have to have an extra bag. I have to have an extra bag. And then he started crying again. I was like, sweetheart, like, this is not a crisis. This is not a crisis, sweetie. Here is a bag. So I gave him like a plastic Target bag. And he's like, no, she says it has to be a different bag. And I'm like, you're making me sweat. Like, this is not the crisis that we're having. I need a bench. I need it all. I know. Maybe I should have someone do something right there. Like, I don't think it'll be like aesthetically pretty, but nothing is aesthetically pretty. It just isn't. We do have 2 entryways, yeah? Okay. It's nice to hear that other people have the same issues. Just throw them in the dryer every night so they'll be dry in the morning. Well, I like looking at mud rooms on. Have you guys ever seen on Instagram how they're like, people will turn like a dining room, the whole dining room, into a mud room? I mean, we don't have a house for that, but I love that. Or like they'll turn the whole dining room into a laundry room. Gives me the tingles. This is what happens when you turn 41 and you have 4 kids. Okay, so my other issue that I'm having, I like to share my issues. I like to share my issues with you. So, we are just still in just a kerfuffle with potty training our daughter. And I feel like I should have this all figured out because she's my fourth. She's a girl. I feel like it should be easy. And just for context, so our oldest has severe nonverbal autism, and he was not potty trained till he was close to 7. But there were a lot of so first autism, second medical things going on. But even saying that, there was a lot of pressure to potty train him and a lot of pressure like from society and people in our family, like it was a lot of pressure. And so potty training our oldest, and this is a topic that I talk about on my subscriber group. If you would like to join my subscriber group for anything, I don't talk publicly about potty training in depth out of respect for Cooper and just weirdos on the internet. But that's a topic I talk about over there. But I will say potty training our oldest who has autism was very, very challenging. It was very challenging. Like I'm not gonna I'm it was very challenging. And I honestly thought for a while that it was never gonna happen. I was like, we're never gonna figure this out. And yes, Kelly, his field trip got canceled. I was like, we're never gonna figure this out. And it was hard. And I won't say that it's perfect. We still struggle with incontinence in certain areas, but for the most part, I'm so thankful that our oldest is potty trained. And then my next two are 6. No, my next two are now 11 and 6, and they're boys. And it was very easy. I don't even remember ever struggling potty training them. They you know, preschool and daycare and all, and I mean, I really honestly remember no challenges potty training my middle two. And I would say my 6-year-old was probably my easiest. Harbor is a very, competitive dude, and so, like, once his friends were, then he was, you know so then I have this daughter, and I was like, I'm telling you, when I found out I was having a daughter, I was like, everything's gonna be so easy. I've heard girls are so easy. Like, I was just weirdly cocky. And I'm telling you, my daughter has been my worst sleeper. Besides, I'm excluding autism. I want to be clear from this, but my worst sleeper and my hardest to potty train. Like, seriously, seriously. So, Josie, we don't. That's I could give you guys a tour. I'm not going to in this minute, but have I ever given you guys a tour of my house? I know I have to my subscribers. I could give a tour of my house. I'm not going to right now because I'm so cozy sitting with this cup of coffee, but I could. But that's a staircase underneath the staircase, if that makes sense. That goes to our basement. So, but here's the thing that, and I'm not, having Cooper first has like changed everything for me. I think I'm a much more relaxed parent, for the better. I'm more relaxed. I follow children's cues. I've just learned so much from parenting Cooper. And I'm thankful for that in a way. And so people are always like, I'm struggling to potty train my child, and the first sentence I always say is, "Are they ready?" Like, there's a lot of pressure to potty train a child at 3, and it's like, well, are they truly ready? And with autism, honestly, they're probably not. My daughter is ready. She is capable, she is able, she is all the parts. She does not want to. And so she is in the same preschool that Harbor went to, and they move up to the next room every year. And it's time for her to move up, and she's on the older end of the class. There's younger kids in there. It's time for her to go up and like move on to the next things. Oh, Tina, I just read your book and loved it. Thank you. Thank you. And they sent an email that she can't move up because she's still having accidents. And hi, Jackie. And so I didn't think that that would make me sad. Like, I'm like, I have experienced everything with Cooper. Like, I know what it's like to have your peers move on. I know what it's like to not fit in. I know what it's like to be excluded. I know like everything. That first IEP meeting, special education, like it's just all like, I'm like, nothing phases me. And I was like, what do you mean she can't move up? What do you mean she can't move up? Like all her friends have moved up. She's ready to move up. And so I'm like, and I want to be clear, guys, this is my fourth. We're doing everything. We are incentivizing, we're encouraging, we're motivating, we're putting on the potty, we're setting timers, we're doing stickers, we're doing everything. We've done, I mean, I'm telling you, I am not like a new mom that like, we're doing everything. And she's like, I don't want to. She's like, no. No. Like, don't you want to move up with your friends? Lucy moved up. It's time to move up to the next room. And she's like, yeah, not if I have to use the toilet. And I'm like, oh. Everyone's moved but her. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Is someone here? Someone's coming up the driveway. So I just and she's more than capable. I don't know. She does have some tummy issues that we're working on, and I think we're getting figured out. But for the first time, I am so ready. She's more than capable of peeing in the potty. She'll pee in the potty for a whole day. She'll stay dry for a whole day. She's more than capable. More than capable. She is a pistol. She is a pistol. Yeah. I promised her a pony. I was like, do you want a pony? She's like, no. Oh, I tell ya. She is in underwear, but it's gotten to the point where she's just so many underwear have gotten wrecked. I had to go buy new underwear like for the third time. Angie, I think that's true. When she does do it, she will just do it and move on. Yes, I agree. Yeah, it's just for the first time in my life, and I don't say this often, I am ready to be done with diapers. Like I am one that we're like, all I want is another baby. I want 5 more babies. If you gave me a baby, I'll take a baby. Can I have a baby? I want a baby. We're done having babies. All I want is a baby. And so this is the first like part of like the next stage of life where I'm like, I'm ready to be done with diapers. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to be done with diapers. So I know, Maureen. I know. I agree. I know she won't. Well, she may go to kindergarten in diapers. I don't know. I'm just ready to be done. I want to be done. Hi, Jordan. I just want to be done. But maybe it's just, I don't know. She is definitely my strongest willed child of all 4. Correct, Nikki. She's not potty trained, so she can't move up, but she's ready in every other way. She is ready in every other way. So it's frustrating. I feel frustrated for her, for me, for everyone. I think if I stop, she might just stay in diapers forever. doesn't want a pony? I know she'll get there. I do know she'll get there. I thought I'd give some autism updates. I haven't given those in a while. So, um, Cooper turned 14. He is amazing. And I say that because, I was so scared and still am so scared all the time. That is a true statement. I want to be clear. I am scared of things all the time. I'm scared of 16 and I'm scared of 18. I'm scared of 21. I'm scared of, all these different things. And then we get there and it's fine. And then we get there and it's awesome. Cooper is doing things that I never thought possible. And so my whole purpose with this page, I want to be clear. My whole purpose with this page is that when a parent of a newly diagnosed child hears severe autism, nonverbal, and they Google it, my dream is that they see Cooper. Because when I Googled severe autism when Cooper was diagnosed, it was scary. It was I saw things that I shouldn't have seen. Young adults in situations they shouldn't have been in, being shared on the internet. And I just, I'm asked all the time, why do you share? I don't want anyone to be as afraid of this diagnosis as I was. And so I want to be clear, we have hard times. We have challenges. But I talk about those on my subscriber page. Again, another reason, click that link, join my subscriber page. I'm not glossing over severe autism. I'm not pretending it's not real. We have lots of challenges. Hi, Randy, welcome. But I want to share the good parts with you because I know what it's like to be terrified. So Cooper is an 8th grader. He is so excited for Christmas. I can't even tell you how excited for Christmas he is. We talk about Santa. We point to the chimney. We talk about snow. We talk about presents. Now I want to be clear, Cooper's non-speaking. And so I know that can confuse people. Cooper's non-speaking, but he communicates in so many ways. He uses a speech device. He can spell. He can type in certain things. He can use gestures. He can say some words. He uses movie scenes. This morning, he pulled up a movie scene on a cartoon to tell me that there's only 1 day of school left. Now, there's 2 days of school left. He's being cheeky. He does not want to go to school tomorrow. He's being cheeky. So, one of the things that I used to cry about a lot and agonize about a lot, honestly, was what will our relationship be like? I truly wonder that. What will our relationship be like if I have a son who could never communicate? Cooper communicates with me. Cooper never stops communicating with me. I want to be clear. He may not have words, but he is communicating constantly. Oh, Megan, funny. He never stops. Now, do I wish that we could talk about have, in-depth conversations? Yeah, of course. But I am so thankful. This is what autism has taught me. I'm so thankful for everything that I have with him. Truthfully. No, I'm no saint. I get jealous of people and angry and sad, but I am so thankful for this boy. What else do I want to share? I want to say one more thing. My 11-year-old and my 6-year-old just had their Christmas concert at school, and then my daughter had she had her Christmas concert at school, and then she also had a little dance recital. And I I will tell you, one of the things that I wish is that Cooper had something like that. I really wish that he's never had a Christmas concert, he's never had a school play, he's never in 14 years had anything where I could watch him, and I really wish he could. And so I think I asked my autism mom friends if we could have like a mini concert next year for our kids and like sing like 2 songs and Cooper could ring a bell. I asked and they all said yes. I think they knew that it really mattered to me. Um, I don't know. Have your kids ever had that? Cooper never has. And I know maybe it sounds silly. Maybe it sounds silly to people, but I just wish there was something that I could go watch him do and take photos and I don't know, just matters to me. Matters to me. What else? I'm trying to think. We just took the Amtrak. That went great. People ask me about his cell phone. He's not using his cell phone like he was in the beginning. He used to text me a lot more. Now he's not. He only texts Apple support. Um, oh, Norma, I don't understand. I don't ever want to say that I understand that, but I can imagine what you're feeling. And that feels really unfair. I think that feels really unfair. So in my new book that comes out in April, I talk a lot about siblings and I broach the subject of how lucky I am to have neurotypical children but I cover both sides. I talk about how lucky I am to have neurotypical children alongside Cooper. But I also say in a very gentle way, I'm very lucky to have neurotypical alongside Cooper and get to experience all that. And while it does soften the blow, it doesn't replace Cooper not speaking. Because I've had people say that to me. I've had people say to me, get over it. You have Sawyer. And while I am so lucky to have Sawyer, unbelievably lucky, Sawyer doing things doesn't replace Cooper. Okay, dude, you're freaking me out. You need to go. Bye. It doesn't replace it. And I think it's a very sensitive subject that I really tiptoe around, because I don't ever want to do you understand that I'm saying both things? I am so lucky to have 3 neurotypical children, and it does soften the blow, but in no way does it replace Cooper. I'm not sure if that makes sense. I try to be gentle. Hi, Laura. Thank you. Oh, okay. So I had a memory show up in my Facebook a couple days ago that said, will this child ever sleep? Will this child ever sleep about Cooper? We have to wake Cooper up now. He probably sleeps on a normal day. He would sleep in if he could till like 7:30, which is sleeping in for him. But on school days, we have to wake him up at 6. He is so tired. He's so sleepy. It's just funny because this is a child that did not sleep through the night till he was 6. He did not sleep longer than 45 minutes at a time. We started every day for years at 3 a.m. It's just now he sleeps in the morning. So, and I remember, and I want to say this, I remember older moms on Facebook telling me that the sleep would get better. And I would be like, oh, I hate you. It's never going to get better. You don't know my kid. I'm, being angry. He does sleep a little bit now. So if that can give you hope, every kid's different, but just he's a teenager. He's a teenager. Another topic that I talk about a lot on my subscriber page, and I'll just kind of just touch this a little bit, just really gently. We have started Cooper on some medication to help with his med-related weight gain. And because we worry so much about diabetes and stress on his kidneys and managing his weight and as he gets older. And I just want to tell you, he is down 16 pounds. And I am just so thrilled for him. And so I'm going to say something to you. Dressing a person that is bigger than you is not easy. Being a caregiver is not easy. I am getting older. I'm still fine. But like at some point, I will be dressing Cooper when I'm 70. Think about that. If you're 70, if you're 75, if you're 80. It is not easy to dress somebody that struggles with their weight, that doesn't understand getting dressed, that makes it very challenging. There's so many elements to this. It's hard to find clothes that fit. It's hard to, there's just so many things. I talk a lot about this on my supporter page because a lot of autistic individuals, especially at Cooper's severity, struggle with weight. It is a problem. Not to mention the cruelty of the damn internet. I am so sick of people commenting on my son's weight and telling me that I'm a bad mom because of his weight. It's so much bigger than that. If you just learn one thing from me, do not comment on a child's weight. Unless we're in a safe space and we're talking about this and I welcome the conversation. But like, I am so happy. I'm so happy. And on top of the success with the weight loss, it's really helped with his obsessive eating. And I just talked to Johanna about this. Her daughter's son is very similar to Cooper. And we just had this like heart to heart on a Zoom. And I was like, the obsessive eating, if you don't live it, you do not understand it. Just like there's many things that I don't understand because I don't live it. If you don't know what it's like to have a child screaming and demanding food and trying to manage that, not to mention they're bigger than you and all the parts, that has completely stopped. And so even more than the weight loss, that has stopped. It is so wonderful. It is so wonderful. It is so wonderful. So I was talking on a live about this. Our biggest challenge in the community is the fact that Cooper, we can't pick him up and move him anymore. And so that's not going to change now because he's my height. So no matter what he weighs, I won't be able to move him. But there's times when we're in the community and he will just sit down and we can't move him. And so I remember that being one of my biggest fears, like truly like one of my biggest fears. And I know, please say yes, me too, if you understand. There is a very real fear about what's going to happen when your child is bigger than you. And so, being able to pick them up and move them, once that is gone, it guys, I'm not saying this in a any other way. I just don't talk about Cooper's medications widely. I do talk about them on my subscriber page because it's a very small group. I just don't feel comfortable talking about it. It's a boundary for me. Please know, people are just too weird and judgy and mean. So I'm sorry. It's a boundary out of respect for Cooper. But please understand that, we are on medication for anxiety, we're on medication for incontinence, and we're on medication for weight management. And all three of them have been life-changing for him. And so my message to you is, if there are challenges that you're going through and you haven't talked to a doctor about medications or just had the conversation, maybe you're scared of judgment, maybe you don't want to do meds, whatever. I was that mom. Please know there is help for different things. Just have a conversation. And I will say, it took us a long time to learn about these things, I think, because I was scared to even ask. Well, Katina, it's not every, I'm not going to say every, that's too much of a blanket statement, but Cooper will have to be in a group home someday. I'm not going to live forever. And again, heartbreaking, hard to talk about, scary, terrifying, but Cooper can't live with me forever because I'm not going to live forever. And I can't put that pressure on his siblings. They're going to have families, and so yeah, he will definitely. We are, our plan, and this is changing all the time, but as of right now, we want to keep Cooper, my husband and I want to keep Cooper with us as long as we can. But it's also, there's a sentence that was said to me, this is in my second book, said to me by a woman, that she said, you don't want Cooper to lose his home and his family in the same accident. And I'll let that sink in. So we're going to have to start preparing for Cooper's future long before it happens. And what that means is, we do not want to have something to happen to me and Jamie and Cooper to lose his house in the same. We want him set up before something happens to us. Now, he's only 14, so we're not planning on that today. And we plan on keeping him with us indefinitely, but it is not a good idea for him to go into a group home at 50. Like, he needs to be established in his home before. So that's a whole nother live, and that's a whole nother topic. Denise, I'm telling you, so I don't know how old your child is. I'm 14, or Cooper's 14. I will say to you, I am keeping him with me forever. We're going to die on the same day. I'm going to keep him with me forever. He will never live a day on this earth without me. No, I'm saying that to you. No, that's not going to happen. But that's where I'm at. I'm still like in this stubborn, I'm keeping him, he's with me forever. We will never be apart from each other. No, that's not true. But that's so please know, like, if you're not ready to talk about it, I'm only like just able to like say the word group home. I'm keeping him with me forever, but that's still where I'm at. No, that's not realistic. And if my friend Adrienne was sitting here, she'd be like, "Hey, you're ridiculous." Blah, 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 blah. She's a lot tougher than me. I'm not. I just cannot imagine that boy ever without me. So yeah, that's kind of heavy. I don't want to end with that. What else do I want to share with you before I pop off? I don't know. Hopefully you have anything else. Well, we'll start with a day program. We will start with a day program for Cooper, and whatever that looks like. We may have to create it. I don't know. I don't want to, but we may. I think I found this page on Instagram last night. I shared it in my supporter group about this woman who built a tiny home for her house, for her autistic son in her backyard. I shared it. Supporters, did you watch that last night? That's what I want for Cooper. I want him to have a tiny home, but I also don't want him to be isolated. And so that's the other thing that you have to remember. You don't want your children to be isolated. You want them to be with peers. Like, so how do I manage that? And I guess if he has a day program and then he comes home to his tiny home, I don't know. I'm telling you too, like one of my fears is Cooper taking public transportation. Public transportation can be very scary. And so I'm like, how is he going to get around after I'm gone? Like, what if something happens? I'm scared about that. Cooper wants a TV. So Cooper wants a TV for his room. Cooper got a TV. That's his present. He's very excited. Do I think that he will spend time in his room watching that TV without mom and dad and his family? I don't know. Like Sawyer's 11 and he spends a lot of time in his room. Cooper spends every minute in our community space down here. He does not want to be alone. He does not want to be alone, but he's wanted a TV, so we'll see. But I told him the deal was if he got a TV in his room, he had to put all of his DVDs in his room because I'm so sick of his hundreds of DVDs being all over the living room. And he agreed. Like he agreed. So I got him a DVD stand, which was hard to find. They don't make those anymore. So yeah. He's excited for Christmas. He's excited. Okay. I'm going to hop off, guys. I have to get some work done today. I have to wrap presents. I think I have everything, which is great. I need to wrap. I need to do that kind of stuff. Clean. I'm going to do some baking tomorrow. I have to go to the grocery store. I hate the grocery store. I hate it. I hate it. Okay. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye. Goodbye. YouTubers, if you're watching on YouTube still, if you become a paid member, I'm going to pick 5 people to win a signed copy of my book. I'll pick on the 24th. So, and there's not very many, so the odds of winning are pretty good. So, okay, bye.